All right, guys. Every single time I read The Magician Reversed, somebody shows up in one of my inboxes or the email telling me that they are the victim of somebody using black magic on them, and they're scared to death and they're wanting to know what they can do. And that's the reason why I try to hammer on that point so hard. But it's kind of tricky because, you know, with what I do, there's 12 different signs. So 12 different groups of people who watch me separately. So sometimes it can be kind of hard to put a message out there to everybody, you know? So that's what this video is about. So you have to understand, first of all, that when somebody throws black magic at you, first of all, let's talk about what black magic is. So divine energy is just simply divine energy. It doesn't care who uses it. You can use it for good or you can use it for bad. You can use it for the betterment of your life and the betterment of the lives of those around you, or you can use it for bad things. You can use it to hurt people. You can use it for your own selfish gain. You can use it really for anything that you want. We're all connected to divine energy, and you can use it for whatever you want. And there are lots and lots and lots of people out there who are still so spiritually unevolved that they will tap into divine energy and use it to hurt somebody for their own selfish reasons. And I see those people who do that as toddlers throwing a fit because they didn't get their way. You ever been in the store and see a little toddler ask mommy if he can get some M&Ms, and mommy says no, and then he falls on the floor and starts flailing his arms and throwing a fit out in public, you know? That's how I see people who use black magic. They use divine energy for their own selfish reasons. But the most important thing to understand is that it only has the power that you give it. Now, here's how you give it power. The way it works is somebody can throw an energetic influence at you, and it very slowly and clandestinely creeps up under your subconscious mind and slowly overtakes your conscious mind from underneath, very slowly, so that it's very difficult to be able to pinpoint the fact that an energetic attack came from, you know, something external to you. If it hit you immediately, it would be easier to tell, whoa, what's going on with me? What is this? Did somebody spike my drink? Did, you know, somebody do something to me? You'd be able to tell. So it's not going to creep up on you real fast. It creeps up real slow. So the way that I actually learned this was it started happening to me back in 2019. It started happening to me very early on. And two different psychics who did not know each other. They were not even associated with each other. They were two completely different people. I think even living in two different countries, possibly. But they both told me the same thing. Somebody is throwing black magic at you. And it took me a while to figure out how to identify it and how to combat the negative energetic attack. And it actually turned out to be really, really, really simple. Really simple. So the first thing you have to do is identify it. And this is where getting in touch with your own energy and your own frequency is so fucking important. But you'll probably notice that you're in a really, really, really bad mood for no reason. And this is where it's important to understand that you are actually the manifester of your experiences. So when somebody's throwing this energetic attack at you, the negative energy being thrown at you can't hurt you. The only thing it's doing is triggering you to manifest something negative for yourself. That's all it's doing. That's the only way it can work. So somebody throws a negative energetic attack at you, and it slowly creeps up under your subconscious and overtakes your conscious mind from underneath. You'll find yourself in a really, really, really bad mood for no reason. No reason. There's nothing going wrong. There's nothing going on. Everything is flowing smooth. Your life is going just fine. Nothing happened out of the ordinary. You're just in a really, really pissed off mood, or maybe a really sad mood. Just you're in a very negative mood for no reason. And this can very easily start fights between you and people that you're close to. It can make you develop erratic behavior when you're driving. It can, if you're not paying attention, it can very easily trigger you to manifest something very negative in your life. So the first thing you have to do is identify it. And that can be kind of hard, because the way that we are designed to function and operate, and the way we've been kind of programmed to function and operate, is that for some reason, whenever we find ourselves in a bad mood as humans, we get kind of addicted to it. There's this weird part of it that feels kind of good. So we want to keep reinforcing it. And we don't want any information to make its way into our awareness that will invalidate that bad mood. We want to validate those feelings. We want to validate that bad mood we're in. Well, you're going to have to get over that, because you wanting your feelings validated could very easily feed power to black magic and negative energetic attack. So the first thing you have to do is identify it. The first thing you have to do is stop and say, whoa, this is not my energy. Listen very carefully. This is how simple it is. This is not my energy. I do not claim this energy. This energy is not wanted here. It's not needed here. It's not welcome here. I am returning it back to wherever it came from with love and light. Now that part's very important. You have to send it back with love and light. Now that doesn't mean that it's going to return back to them and do something good for them. It means that the frequencies that you cast are returned back to you. So you best bet your damn skippy ass that energy is going to find its way back to them one way or the other, whether you send it back or not. But if you are consciously sending it back, you have to send it back with love and light, not anger and resentment, not bitterness and jealousy or hate or any of those negative emotions. Because if you send it back with those bitter negative emotions, first of all, you're no different than they are. You're doing the same thing to them that they did to you. But when you send it back with love and light, it's not going to find its way back to you. Love and light is going to send its way back to you. Does that make sense? You would be surprised how quickly that energy will leave you once you refuse to identify with it and identify as that energy. It'll almost kind of feel like you took a drug. There's been times where I have stopped in the middle of what I was doing and refused to claim that energy, and it felt like I was taking a drug. Poof, it leaves immediately, because you have to identify with it and identify as it in order to give it power. The minute you recognize that it's not your energy, it has no choice but to leave. The question is, are you familiar enough with your energy? Are you familiar enough with your own frequency and your own vibration to be able to identify what is and what is not your energy? All right. I know several of you needed to hear that. So take that and do with it what you will, and don't feed it fear. Don't feed it anger. Okay? All you're doing is giving it power. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Have a blessed day.